from Saragossa. We are a bunch of Spanish climate activists who are planning to walk from Portsmouth to Glasgow for the COP26. We'll be walking in October and get there just before the summit starts, to raise awareness of it. We'll be doing it in 30 stages, 30 days, quite a lot of walking, and we're passing through as many of the main towns and cities as we can. And what we're looking for is when we pass through the towns and cities to make as much noise, as much visibility as possible, either with a rally or with an action, with people joining us along the walk, to as much publicity as possible. We are also asking for accommodation from the groups along the way, and I've been talking to Claire already about accommodation in Coventry. Mostly we want people to join in with any actions that are organised or contribute ideas towards what we can do through Coventry or around Coventry. We are inviting people to walk with us for short sections of the walk, either just through the city centre, or if people want to, they can join us either for a full day or for longer as well. Obviously, we'd have to know in advance to organise some accommodation, but we want to have as many people as possible joining us. That's the brief summary. Right. Should I do any questions?
Yes. So, how many people are you expecting to have on the walk altogether?
We're hoping for a core group of 20 Spanish activists, but I count as Spanish, people from Spain, but we're asking other people to join us. So I would say 20 plus, whether it's a big plus or a little plus will vary along the walk.
And presumably you're paying for this yourselves. You're not being subsidised by anybody, are you?
We've got some subsidies. We've got some subsidies from Ecologistas en Acción, Ecologists in Action, and we've got from a Climate Action Alliance as well. We'll be funding some of it ourselves. We're still looking to get as much funding as possible, so that we can. So some of us are in a position that we can sort of pay for things that we need to as we go. Other people who want to do the walk haven't got as much money, so the more money we can raise, the more we can support them.
What are the dates that you're going to be in Coventry? Do you know?
Yeah, Coventry's a biggie because it's a big city. We're trying to get the biggest places at the weekends. So it'll be Saturday the 9th of October, and it'll be round about midday when we'll be passing through the city centre. So we're hoping for a lot of publicity on that.
And have you got a sort of project name for this?
March to Glasgow.
Oh, March to Glasgow.
We've got the Facebook page is March to Glasgow East Column, because there's another group who are going up along the west, and we're planning the day before we get to Glasgow, we're going to meet in about 8 kilometres south of the centre of Glasgow with another group who's coming from Poland, and all walking together.
So I'm collecting names of people who'd like to help organise the day.
Well, I've got your email, haven't I? So that should be.
You have, yeah. So you're welcome to contact me. Are we okay to share your email address as well?
Yeah.
Great. So I'm collecting people who might be able to offer a spare bed for the night. We've also been generously offered the use of the Friends Meeting House on Hill Street as our shelter and food station. So from that day, before midday, we're going to have the keys to that. So that's where the march will eventually come to, as a place of collecting ourselves before those that are going off to stay in homestays, or others might be staying in sleeping bags in the Friends Meeting House itself. But we've got shelter and we've got food, so it will happen. So really what we're asking for from Coventry Climate Action Network and associated friends is ideas for what we can do in Coventry City Centre on the day that can make some noise. We could have some speeches, we could a bit of a spectacle, and ideas for the route itself to from where it approaches Coventry from the south, where it would come through the city centre.
So you don't know where are you? Where are you on the previous day? Where are you walking from?
I haven't. I'm shortly going to get in touch with groups with more detail about the roads and see if what we're doing. We're planning to walk along the roads, more or less, major roads, more or less the most direct route.
Yeah.
We're going to draw up a list of what looks on a map like the best route, and then forward that to individual groups and to say, do you recommend this, or have you got any better suggestions because of their local knowledge? So it will be approximately from the south and leaving from the north, but it might change.
Are you planning to walk actually on the road or on the sidewalk?
Well, on a footpath, if there is one, if there is a footpath, obviously, but some of the roads are quite major roads, so we'll be having a person in front with a flag and a person behind with a flag, and flags out to the side, and we'll be going along the road.
Have you thought about getting police permission to do this?
We need to. We need to give details of the route to the police, I think 6 days in advance. And if they deem it unsafe, or if there's a problem with that, they have to suggest an alternative.
Right.
In which case we will do the alternative.
Yeah, you've obviously looked into it, so that's good.
Well, I'm hoping it doesn't change with the new police bill, but so I need to check up on that. But that's what I think will be happening.
I think we need to get Hills Radio involved in this.
Yeah.
You know Hills Radio?
Yeah.
Kate Hill. I think that this is something that they would be very interested
We've got
in.
Coventry and Warwickshire Radio.
Coventry, all the radio stations.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What about banners and whatever? Are you going to be carrying things? You talked about
lots. We'll be carrying lots of banners. We'll have two support vehicles, probably two support vehicles, which will have lots of logos, and they'll be bright and colourful with flags out at the top as well. So hopefully we'll be very visible, and the van and the car that we're bringing will be very visible as well.
So are there any actions that you would like people to take as a result of your march?
I don't know. What we're doing is asking we're focusing on the logistics of the walk, and we're talking to people in each of the cities, and because the people in the cities know how many people there are who might want to do things, what the local situation is. You're the best people to organise what will be good to happen in Coventry, for example. Yeah. So whatever you suggest as a route, and whatever you think would be the best to get the most publicity for the COP26, then we can be flexible and fit in with that. So it's whatever you can come up with and whatever you think.
So we can think about that, over the next few weeks, and then let you know what we're planning to do. But obviously we want to do something to support what you're doing. So that would be really good. I think that's all my questions. We can always contact you to ask you more questions anyway through Claire.
Claire, is it better if people contact you if they've got questions? Do you want to act as coordinator or contact me? For me, either way is okay.
I think if we're talking about organising the Coventry event, then between me and Philip probably makes the most sense. Mm-hmm. If people have questions about your group or about the march itself and things outside of the Coventry Day, then I think we'll pass that on to you.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Great.
There is
sorry, go on.
Oh, but there's one more thing that we've not. We've just had another person joining us on the walk who's an artist, and she's going to offer. She's previously worked with community groups doing murals, and she's offering to do that along the walk. She also wants to do some sketching workshops as well. How we haven't got the details yet because she's only just joined, but just if you do happen to have any blank walls or any places where you think, oh, that could do with a nice climate change mural, then that would be something else that we could work on.
So back just to fill in on your background. So how did you two both get involved with this?
Right, there's I'm with Extinction Rebellion Saragossa, who are a new small group, mostly amalgamated with other Spanish groups. We've got Ecologists in Action. There's a big Climate Alliance, and one of them, well, a few of the members there have been previously involved in long distance walks. They've gone for various ecological reasons, supporting local issues. They've gone to Brussels and they've gone to France. So one of those, Jose, has had the idea of doing this. It was initially planned for last year, but obviously the COP was cancelled. So we've changed the route slightly because we found out about other groups who are also doing it. There seems to be quite a lot of people walking and cycling to Glasgow. So we've tried to we picked a route that takes in different cities to the other ones. So I started off by contacting all the groups that I could think of. I've started with Extinction Rebellion because those were the ones that we had from last time. Now working through, we've got a lot of support from Friends of the Earth in Britain. Some Greenpeace groups have got back to me, and we've been in touch with some Labour Party groups and a lot of groups like your own that are a coalition climate action group.
And my part in this is my day job is arranging accommodation for visitors to Coventry, which is how got together. So I arrange homestays in normal non-COVID times. So it seemed I'm a natural person to speak to for helping a group have somewhere to stay.